Welcome to the High Ground Podcast, Stevie W.
Big Callum.
Okay, we're looking at Mandalorian Chapter 7, The Reckoning. So, what did you think, dude?
Yeah, I say this. I feel like I say the same thing every week, but the show seems to just get better and better with each episode because we've got probably our main antagonist now, haven't we? With Moff Gideon. Oh, spoilers, by the way. Sorry.
Yes. Is he expanded universe Moff Gideon, or is he new to the
No,
Mando?
No, I think he's just created for this.
Ah.
But his outfit, like the armor plate, that's the same outfit that Agent Callus has on Rebels. So I assume they're both supposed to be sort of from the same, part of the military.
Yeah, I will watch Rebels. I will. I like the return of Cara Dune. I got a thing for Gina Carino. So
yeah, she was great, and it was great seeing Apollo Creed again.
Yeah, Carl Weathers. But a real spoiler territory now. I couldn't believe what they did to Quill.
Yeah,
I have spoken.
And the child as well.
Yeah.
When he's lying in the sand, I was like, oh, I hope he just destroys them all.
Yeah, it's anytime the child comes into play, you just know that anyone messes with the child, it's not going to end well for you.
Yeah,
but
definitely not the Imperials.
I got to admit, I mean, so far out 7 that we've watched, my favourite is still The Prisoner, as I really, really really like the whole setting on Tatooine and everything. But
yeah,
they can't go wrong though now with Mandalorian. And even having taken Waititi back as IG-11, and I thought that was nice.
Yeah,
it was good.
7 drinks.
Yeah, I was. But I do like the thing is the child is a puppet. And I just like the way that they weren't completely practical with that. And the easiest thing to do would have been going CG, so you don't have to worry about where you have to position things. So I think like having a physical child on set is fantastic.
I think it's kind of bad because when I first saw him, I thought, wow, that's really good CG, and it's like our mindset is just programmed to expect it now, isn't it? And it just felt really disingenuous because people had actually made this thing to work. But you're just so used to thinking of that CG or automatically.
Yeah. I mean, I'm watching, at the moment, we're watching Westworld Season 3. And they blend CG and practical perfectly. That's a TV series. But there is just so much heavy reliance on CG to actually see a lot of practical is absolutely fantastic. And when you shouldn't be able to tell what CG and what is practical, and then that's why Mando for me works. I'm looking forward to the gallery, which is coming as soon as the Mandalorian finishes. It's coming on May the 4th. We've got the gallery, the new series about the Mandalorian, the making of.
Oh yeah, it's like a making of, yeah.
So I'm actually looking forward to that. I know a few things that happen in the next episode of The Mandalorian, but I'm going to wait till I've watched it.
Yeah, I've got a prediction.
Yeah.
I think it's going to make an appearance, shall we say.
Do you want to say?
I can't say for sure what I think it is.
But I'm looking forward to the last one because it's going to be a good 2-parter, and I'm hoping this gets get a Blu-ray release because it is one thing that I'd like to see sitting next to my Rogue One and Solo.
Yeah.
But
yeah. I think didn't Jon Favreau direct this episode?
That one was directed by, I'm going to go to the top, Deborah Chow.
Oh, I'm thinking it says directed by Jon Favreau.
Jon Favreau's got his name.
It's created by, I think.
Yeah, he's got his name on a lot of things in that. Deborah Chow is known for Mandalorian, American Gods, Man in the High Castle, directed an episode. Better Call Saul, directed an episode. She directed some Jessica Jones, Rain, Iron Fist, episode of Beauty and the Beast. A lot of TV, actually. She's a writer on The Cost of Living, The Hill, Day Pass, which is short. Costume designer, she's got 3 credits. And she's got an actress, as one credit says, Chapter 6 of The Mandalorian, Sash Keta. So
it's probably a background person, isn't it?
Yeah, but it was a good episode, and Carl Weathers, like you say, and it's nice to actually see Apollo in a galaxy far, far away. Because
Yeah,
Sly's in the Guardians, and Apollo's in Star Wars.
yeah, and I mean, I've said a few times to you, and I may have said it in the podcast before, but I always thought Carl Weathers looked exactly like Billy D. Williams. So it's kind of strange that they've ended up in the same franchise now.
I gotta say though, no one's as cool as Billy D. Williams.
Yeah, Billy D's the man.
Oh yeah, I mean you know Samuel Jackson is absolutely fantastic, but in terms of like you know he is Lando.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm talking about voice
I
here.
mean, I'd watch an entire film or TV series about Lando.
Oh
Like,
yeah, Donald.
In some ways, he's kind of more cool than Han. I don't know if that's sacrilegious, but I always thought, like, you know, when you first see Empire, and he's like, "Oh, Lando's my friend from years ago."
Yeah.
I always just think, "Wow, who's this guy? He must have been so cool as well." And then when you see him, you just think, "Yeah, he's cool."
I've been watching a lot of some of my favourite scenes from Skywalker recently. Actually, I do quite a bit at the moment because it makes me happy. And the bit where Billy D's talking to Poe Dameron, you know, about family and we were there for each other. It's his voice.
Yeah.
Billy D. Williams has such an incredible voice. He does. You know, he should be doing more voice work. Really,
Yeah, I mean, he voices Lando in Rebels as well, so that's
nice.
cool that they got him as well.
It's like I've always said, you mean, so you got Samuel Jackson, Morgan Freeman, James Earl Jones is like great voice talents. Billy D. Williams should be up there with him for voice talent.
100%, yeah.
Because he's. But then again, having said that, I also think Donald Glover. I mean, we're going to switch from the Mandalorian, but Donald Glover as well as the young Lando.
I thought Donald Glover was amazing as Lando. I'd love to see. I really wish they would carry on with that trilogy, the young Han trilogy. Like, even if it doesn't make money, like do a TV series. You've got Disney Plus now. Like, obviously the only ones that are going to buy Disney Plus are the ones that aren't the little mooners, aren't they?
Yeah.
So
definitely. But then again, when people moan about you know all these people, like, I didn't go see Solo because I didn't like Episode 8. How many times did you hear that?
Yeah, constant. Yeah.
But on the positive, people all
that could be a whole other tangent, couldn't it?
Yeah, but a lot of people, everyone say, "Oh, I love the Mandalorian."
Yeah, I'm proud about that actually. I mean, one of the things I've liked about this episode specifically is seeing more of the Empire. Like, it doesn't ever get boring seeing the stormtroopers or TIE fighters and stuff. You know, it's just it's been interesting seeing like how the whole story's gone after episode 6.
Yeah.
So like, you know, I like the scene with Werner Herzog where he says something about like, since the Empire's gone, do you think there's order anymore? Because it's just chaos out there. We kept order, and you think like, you do the Thanos thing where you're like, yeah, you're evil, but are they right?
We have to say we ultimately have to say they're wrong because they are the quote unquote Empire. But
yeah,
Thanos was right. I think Thanos was right, but that's for another story. Thanos was right.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's okay to have villains where you go, well, he's kind of right. Like, he's still bad, but he's kind of right.
Empire is selfish. Thanos was selfless.
Yeah.
So
he was more like chance, wasn't he? Like, you know, flipping a coin and it is 50-50.
Yeah, and it's just the Avengers got in the way.
Whereas the Empire kind of like, yeah, we don't like you because you're different, so die.
Yeah. That basically sums it up. But yeah, I did like Quill. He's the one person I'd like to have seen survive because he was a good character.
Yeah, I mean, unless he's not dead, but I think he is.
I think he is. It's just the way at the end, and I was like, yeah, I just he was good, and Nick Nolte was good voice talent for him. So
yeah, I didn't realize it was him until I looked online, like after the first episode.
Yeah. So I I am looking forward now to see how this ramps itself up. I know a lot of people have seen it because
Have you got any predictions or?
I know some of the major plot points because
Oh, you know
it
for
was
a fact.
literally on Instagram and everything.
Oh, right.
So, and on Facebook and social media at the time when it aired in the States. So I
Yeah.
know some of the key points. So I don't want to go into that territory because it's going to have real spoiler territory.
What do
But
you think of Moff Gideon as a bad guy?
I really didn't think much of him. As he was like, he just came across as standard Imperial.
I don't know. I like Giancarlo Esposito though because he was the only good thing about Breaking Bad when he played Gus.
I've not seen him.
And I've seen him. He's been in a few other things, but he is quite a good actor, and he does look quite imposing as well.
Got a lot of acting talent. Harley Quinn.
He's got a weird TIE fighter as well, hasn't he?
Yeah, the one that actually goes down. But it explains how they actually go get in and out of the TIE fighters. He was in an episode of Westworld. Once Upon a Time.
He's in once. Yeah, I was going to say Once Upon a Time. Sorry, I was miles away.
I'm just having a quick look. He's never really been on my radar.
No, I mean, I can't stand Breaking Bad. I don't know why it's so hyped, but he was the best thing about it. So if he's going to be a good bad guy in this, I'm hoping he survives the end of the first season.
I could find out if I just go to IMDb, but I don't want to go into spoiler territory.
No, naughty.
Yes. The only thing I go into spoiler territory is Brooklyn Nine-Nine because I want to know what's happening in all the episodes because I want to laugh.
Have you got any ideas who you think guest stars or like characters will be in the second season? Because I'm assuming they're going to be like bringing them in now and again.
Ahsoka Tano.
Yeah, I've heard about that. Yeah, I mean, Rosario Dawson's a pretty good choice if they do pick her.
And there was someone else.
I don't know. I always kind of thought maybe they shouldn't use the animated characters in live action. I don't know. I mean, I'll have to see when it happens, but I always thought that was kind of like a no-no for crossing things over. I mean, I know Chopper's in Rogue One, isn't he, from Rebels, but he's a droid, so you can kind of get away with that.
Oh yeah, this is one because I'm on the IMDb page now for it because I knew there was a second name that it's being rumored. It's Michael Biehn going into it.
All right.
If he is, that'd be interesting. But I'll wait till I've seen it. But Rosario is pretty much locked in, so it's all in post.
I mean, it'd be interesting to see someone like Boba Fett.
I'd love to see Boba Fett as long as it's played by Daniel Logan.
Yeah, we all know he escaped from the fucking pit.
He did. Boba, even if it's just background, but anything can happen. Nobody knew that. Spoilers: Wicket turns up at the end of Skywalker.
Yeah, I mean, you could even implement Boba Fett into the story somehow because he's a Mandalorian as well.
Yeah.
There could be he could be like a guest surprise or something at the end of one of the seasons, and all you need to do is have Daniel Logan play him.
Yeah.
Because he's going to be behind the mask anyway, isn't he?
Exactly.
Or even if he's not, it doesn't matter.
The thing is, they've got so much they can use because you've got look at for the clone troopers, you've got Tamura Morrison.
Yeah.
But then again, if you do that, the problem with adding someone like Boba Fett into Mandalorian is it becomes more if it'll detract from the Mandalorian character himself. That's always a
I was
problem.
thinking that. At least with Ahsoka, she's kind of she was a main character, but like it's not going to take the focus off of him, is it?
No, but you put Boba Fett into something, and it's like with Rogue One. If you went into Rogue One knowing that Governor Tarkin was actually going to be in it, it would detract from the rest of the film. So it's nice to see him in. Whereas if you know in advance that Boba Fett's going to be in the Mandalorian, you're literally going to be waiting for the Boba Fett, and it would ruin the rest of the series because all you're doing is looking out for Boba Fett.
Yeah, that's right.
If they do put him in, I hope it's like a.
So I was thinking maybe like we might see Luke or something as well, but I hope they kind of do sort of keep it in the fringes.
Yeah.
You know, like the Western style thing it is, where no one big pops up.
Yeah, because that becomes it becomes a cameo of the week sort of thing.
Yeah.
It's all right when you're trying to launch something that's being out in the public eye. You look at is it McCoy that's in Encounter at Farpoint?
Yes. Yeah.
And so you need the bridging thing when it comes to Star Trek. You can get away with it, you know.
Yeah.
Because especially the break between the the TV series and trying to launch a new TV series. So if you've got an original cast member in, it bridges the gap. But when you got someone as iconic as Boba Fett,
Yeah.
you say Boba Fett's going to be in the Mandalorian, everyone's literally it's going to detract from the story.
Well, I mean, Star Trek did that with each new series. So like McCoy set off Next Generation's pilot, then Picard set off Deep Space Nine's pilot, and then Quark set off Voyager's pilot. So,
Yeah.
like you say, like the passing on kind of thing.
But, you know, if go back to if Boba isn't it, just make it Daniel Logan.
Yeah, I mean, they could do like a mission together or something. That'd
Yeah,
be cool.
that would.
You know, like, but yeah, maybe it's not a good idea. Actually.
Nah.
Just ignore me.
The only thing I want more in season 2 is more Cara Dune.
Yeah, I like Cara Dune. I'm hoping these are going to be like the crew, if you like.
Yeah.
You know, after a while.
Yeah, and she's not your typical female sort of lead. She's not your skinny, super skinny. She's more like you could actually believe. She's MMA, isn't she? So that makes her more believable than a lot of these heroines that are fighting the good fight. She looks like you wouldn't want to come across her because she'll kick your ass.
No, I wouldn't fight her.
No. Plus, I like a little.
I like as soon as. Do you know when he's asking for help and she's kind of like, "Oh, I'm not interested." As soon as he says, "Oh, there's Imperials," she's like, "Oh, okay, yeah."
Take out a load of people that can't shoot. Yeah, I'm up for that. She was the only good thing in Deadpool. I'm sorry, I don't like Deadpool.
Yeah, I'm not massively keen.
No. So okay, out of 5, what's your rating for this episode?
Oh, I'd give it 4, definitely.
I'm gonna go for 3.5. Enjoyable, but not the best.
Right.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. It was better than most of the stuff that's on TV at the moment. But episode 5, because it was set on Tatooine, it had Ming-Na Wen in it. It's kind of like that to me is the 5-star standard.
I just the reason I really liked it was I kind of have an Empire boner whenever there's like Imperials, and I always think that the Imperials make Star Wars, you know, like because you go prequel trilogy and sequel trilogy, and there's only ever substitutes for them. I always think the Imperials are the best bad guys in Star Wars.
Yeah, they actually. Whereas Darth Vader's all in black, which is a representation of the dark side, the Stormtroopers are white.
Yeah.
White is usually seen as pure. And
as useless as they can be, they are iconic, aren't they?
Yeah.
You see them and you know immediately what's going on.
Don't quote me on this, I might be wrong, but I think that a lot of the troopers are used in Mandalorian the 501st.
Yes, I think they are, yeah. They've been able to provide for the first time ever real outfits, haven't they? Because it's always been animated before that. So the 501st are cool. I mean, I'd love to make my own Stormtrooper. Oh, that's another thing. Did you notice the Death Troopers were in it?
Yeah,
from Rogue One.
Ones, yeah.
I thought that was cool.
Yeah, nice little callback. It kind of like says to all these fanboys that say, "Well, how come we haven't seen any quarantine in every other film?"
Yeah, because it's a big galaxy. Idiot.
Why would you have?
They seem to function more as bodyguards, don't they?
Yeah.
Or important Imperials.
Yeah. They were good with Mads Mikkelsen, Ben Mendelsohn in Rogue One.
Yeah. It's good that they sort of have this weird. They don't speak properly, do they? Like I think it might be just to make them more mysterious, but they do seem like harder than normal stormtroopers, don't they?
But they're better at shooting as well than regular stormtroopers.
Yeah, well, they hit the button more instead of the.
Yeah. You had one choice. You had one job to do. There's 3 of them. And there's how many of you? And you couldn't even hit one of them. You hit the protocol droid. One thing you hit is a protocol droid, and that was one that was created by your master Vader. Shows how useless you are.
Pay cuts.
Yeah. And then she goes,
I always assumed it's because they can't see anything in their helmets. And obviously because, the real world reason is because obviously, like, you'd have no film if they killed all the heroes.
That's true, but yeah, then you look at the stormtrooper that bangs his head, but then Django bangs his head in Attack of the Clones.
Oh, that's one of the most annoying things about the prequel trilogy. That's something that didn't need explained. Like, it's funny as a joke, but when Lucas actually came out and said that's the reason 100% why the stormtroopers banged their heads, I just thought, oh, what?
I think that was meant as fun, but it kind of like it does adhere to the whole fanboys thing about you have to have everything explained.
Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you something else that's great about Star Wars at the moment. The last few episodes of Clone Wars have been spectacular. I mean, when you get up to that season, I can't wait to hear your thoughts because it's literally just before episode 3, so it's all tying together. It's fantastic.
I got a question for you. Can you actually get into just watching the last season of Clone Wars and go back to watching the rest?
Yeah, I mean, if you even really want to skip the first few episodes of season 7, they're like standalone ones anyway. So if you go straight to episode 9 of season 7, that's the last 4-episode arc of the whole series. So you know who the characters are, don't you? So
yeah.
I mean, it's not a spoiler that Darth Maul's involved as well. So
I will.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to just watch the last 4, I don't think it would make much difference, to be honest.
I think I might just start with because I'm going to watch the season because we are going to, me and the boss are going to actually watch. We will go through because I want to do Rebels again, and but I probably will start watching 9 from the episodes season 7 right from the start, just so that I can actually But I will get around to watching the Clone Wars, all of them. I will.
Oh, they're great. I mean, at the time, it was the greatest thing that's happening. Like, it was just like the characters were so good, and the writing was really. Considering it's for kids, the writing is really good, and Dave Filoni's just great.
Dave Filoni, the guy that wears the cowboy hat, which not cowboy hat, but fedora, meaning that I think he's a major Indiana Jones fan.
That'd be interesting if he directed that.
Indiana Jones. I think he could do it.
Yeah.
I mean, Dave Filoni. I saw him. The only thing I really know about Dave Filoni is the Chef Show. He's in an episode of the Chef Show. He is, and he comes across as being so cool.
Oh, he is. I mean, on the audio commentaries for some of the Clone Wars episodes, he's so nerdy. Like, he'll explain a reference as soon as it appears. Like, oh, this is referencing like this and all that out of episode 5 or whatever, and you just think, just sounds like me.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with that, and
no.
And this is what's we're doing the podcast because we love this sort of thing.
Yeah.
And So, any final thoughts on episodes 7 of The Mandalorian?
Just more of the greatness that it is.
Yeah.
I'm just hope the season finale, I think, is going to be great.
Yeah, in Jon Favreau we trust, but I'm biased, and I've said that before in these podcasts. So yes. So that's been Mandalorian, episode 7, The Reckoning, and some Star Wars ramblings. See you all in another.
As usual.
Yeah. See you all in another High Ground podcast.